Turning women on is very different from what you've been told. Why are some guys so good with women that she completely submits to them, while others struggle to have a girl even look at them? Everybody follows the same advice, right? There isn't a single YouTuber talking about this, but the truth is that the guys who are good with women don't follow the regular tips you see online like just be yourself or take an interest in her. They have an unfair advantage, and that is because they know what actually turns girls on. The first thing that turns girls on is having father energy. There are two dynamics that you could have in a relationship with a woman. The first dynamic is the incorrect one, and that is the mother-son dynamic, where she acts, thinks, and behaves like the mother and you act like the son. The second dynamic that you can have in a relationship is the right one, and that is the father-daughter dynamic. That's where you act, think, and behave like the father and she acts like the daughter. The overwhelming majority of couples have the wrong dynamic. She's more of the mother, and he's more of the son. She opens the restaurant door, she speaks to the waiter, she orders the meal, and he just stands behind her like a little chump. Think back to the relationships you've had, or the girls that you've had a crush on. Did you act like you're the father, the leader, and was she the daughter who you were bringing with you and showing the world to, who you take care of, and who you are responsible for? Or was it the other way around? Was she looking after you? Did she plan things? Did she tell you what to do, and were you the good little boy who was never in charge? To behave like the father, you have to be the leader. You have to make the decisions and the choices. That doesn't mean that you'll never ask your girl what she wants to do. You can ask for her inputs, but in the end, it's gonna be you that makes the decision. You are the one who provides. You should have this father energy, where you're the leader, you're the one who's taking charge. You don't say to her, "What do you want to eat?" You just say, "Come on, get ready, we're going to this place." The second thing that will turn any girl on is taking her through the full range of emotions. Make her feel all the emotions possible. Make her happy, make her cry, scare her, excite her. Make her feel any emotion possible. Make her angry, disgust her. Take her through the full spectrum of emotions, and she will be obsessed with you. Making a girl turned on to you is not about making her feel happy all the time. You've always known that the guy who the girl is sleeping with is sometimes a bit of an asshole towards her. Sometimes he's really nice, but other times he may be an asshole and she's always crying about him. Then why is she still with him? Because women are attracted to the men who take them through the full spectrum of emotions. They get bored by guys who just do mundane, boring things. Women want to have fun. They want a man to lead them through exciting times. And you don't just want to make her feel the positive emotions, because positive emotions get kind of boring. If you sometimes make her hate you, you sometimes disappoint her, you sometimes cancel plans, then she's getting taken through the whole spectrum of emotions, and that's deeply attractive. The third thing you can do to turn her on, which goes hand in hand with what we just talked about, is to roller coaster her emotions. When you pick her up on a date and you go, "Get in my car, let's go," you give her high highs, and then when you ignore her for a week, you give her extreme lows. That kind of psychological roller coaster really gets a girl hooked. The guys who are consistently texting her every day don't do good with women. When she's on a phone call, it doesn't matter if you want to talk for another hour. If she's laughing, that's when you immediately go, "All right, peace," and you hang up. And when you do that 4 or 5 times to a girl, you always hang up when she's in tears laughing. Psychologically, she's going to be hooked to you. But what men do wrong is they end the call with, "Okay, I have to go now." And she goes, "Okay, I guess I'll see you later." And it gets awkward. People don't understand how easy this is. When she's laughing is when you dip, you leave, you give her the pain of losing you. The fourth thing that turns girls on is slowing down. You shouldn't focus so much on saying the right words, because 99% of the time it's not even what you're saying that's important. It's how you're saying it and the tone you use. The greatest advice for guys is anytime you're talking to a woman, slow down your talk. And doing this does not mean you have to be a fake version of yourself, because you already slow down when you talk to your mom because you're not nervous around her. If you can slow down when you're talking to a woman, it's so much easier to get her turned on. Every time you see men talk to women, they're going so fast that they're about to swallow their own tongue. Women aren't attracted to this. If you can slow down your speech, you build more sexual tension and you sound more masculine. The fifth thing that will make you turn girls on is having mystery. A lot of young guys struggle with this right now. Your mystery has been stripped away from you by yourself. You voluntarily take away all the mystery that you have, and you do this because you've been fed the lie that you're supposed to get into these modern, mundane, open conversations with women. Young men have been literally convinced that the way that they should speak to women is the same way that they should speak to their male friends. Think of a man like James Bond. He's a very mysterious man. If he hooks up with a girl, the next day when she wakes up, he's just off to work. She doesn't even see him. She just knows he's at work, but doesn't really know what he's doing. That's attractive because the woman is sitting at home thinking of all the possible things that he could be doing right now. He could be blowing up buildings. He could be chasing down a murderer. Maybe he's seeing other women. And then there's you. When a girl asks you, "Hey, what are you up to? What have you done today?" You literally answer the question honestly, and you tell her exactly what you did. So you lose all your mystery. She's not going to be thinking, "Oh wow, I wonder what he's doing," because she already knows. Why would you navigate your relationship with this woman, your crush, the girl you're dating, in a way that stops her from thinking about you?